Hello and good morning, everyone. This is Marta. Welcome back. I'm coming with today project. It's something interesting, something different. My friends, the idea for this card, I actually came across of it when I was in a store. I was looking on some nice jumper because many shops start having this Christmas sale off for nice jumpers, and I was looking on one of them, and it has this braided pattern on the front, which I really like. And then instantly the thought came to my mind, says, why not try to braid the paper? So here I am. I've grabbed some pieces of the copy paper. I also have ready-made card base, which you could see at the beginning, and a piece of the stronger 300 GSM cardstock. Now, I start from using my guillotine and chopping few of the, I think I've made around 20, those teeny tiny strips, which are 2-3 millimeter wide, and I am adhering them to my glass mat with the help of the sellotape. And my friends, this is not the way to do it. As soon as I start braiding them, pieces start coming off from underneath the sellotape, so I thought I need something different. I definitely need to try something else to try to adhere them, and so I could braid them. What I came up with instead is to use a piece of the masking tape. I've just glued it down to my glass mat, and then with the help of the hot glue, I will be adhering my strips in a groups of 3, so I could then braid them, and the masking tape will hold everything in a place. And because they're glue, they're not stick like I was trying at first with the sellotape. They're not gonna be moving on me. So I think in total I did 7 of these. And once I had them all ready, I'm just gonna be jumping on and braiding them. And one thing I need to tell you, my friends, this is not as easy as braiding with the hair. The paper is bouncing back, and you have to be very gentle with it, and otherwise it will all start tearing on you. So just be gentle, take your time. I think it took me around 10 minutes even to actually braid it all. I'm not this more skilled person if it comes for braiding, so probably that's the reason as well. But here you can see, once I'm going nearly to the end, I am just securing all 3 ends together, also with the help of the hot glue back again. And the only one thing I did here, you will see, I'm just checking whether it will be enough to fit to my card base, which are the 6x6 ready-made card base. And yeah, the width is fine, so I'm happy with it. And once I secure my braid, I will go over to the next one, and then I will just follow until I'm gonna be braiding all of them. And here you can see one of the pieces has fall off, so I've just glued it down. I'm giving this piece a little moment to dry, and I am proceeding with another braid. And as I've mentioned, this is a little bit of the work, but effect seems to be quite interesting. So I hope you will enjoy it. I hope you will like it. And on this occasion as well, once you're seeing me doing my braids, I just want to take a second to tell you all, my friends, thank you so very much, everyone, for watching my videos, for liking my tutorials, and for all your comments. I also want to say thank you to all my beautiful sunshine friends who are very active on my sunshine drop of inspiration group, where you can share your cards made with my tutorials, with my digital design papers. I do have down below in the description area, there are links to my Buy Me a Coffee page, as well to my shop, to buy some of my designs and to download them for free, because on Buy Me a Coffee page there is over 30 downloadable files for you with my papers. So thank you so much to everyone who has downloaded them and you've created the card. I'm gonna be making a little bit show up of your next card. I've already did it once. I've already shown some of my friends' cards posting on the group, and I'll probably do it with my next video as well. So definitely stay tuned, and maybe your card will be show up here as well. So now once I have all my pieces ready, I can move to the next step. I am adhering my strip back to help me hold my pieces, and now I am just using a teeny tiny bit of the kitchen sponge, which I've dropped one drop of the embossing ink, and I am smearing my sponge on my braids. Do not press too hard. You don't want to destroy your strips. I just want to give them a little bit stickiness, so I could cover them with the silver embossing powder. And what I'm going for is this distressed look. I'm not trying to cover them too much, so it's just gonna be covering it all. I only want to the silver embossing powder to enhance my braided pattern. And what I'm doing here, once I'm heating them, I am very gently pulling my braids to straighten them up. And I'm doing that because once you melt your embossing powder and it will dry, it will harden up. So by stretching your braids a little bit, you help them to remain straight and not as wonky. And now once I have them ready, it's time to work on my front panel. And for that I am cutting a piece of the paper which is 5.5 inch by 5.5, and I'm just checking whether I'm happy with the border, and I'm placing it on my scoring board. And this is the trick I'm using quite often whenever I have to adhere my strips, whether it's the braids or paper strips, whatever you're planning to adhere to your page, and you want to have this nice equal spacing. Just place your piece of the paper on the scoring board, measure yourself to a little bit counting how would you like to have your strips spaced, and then create a scoring line. And this is gonna be your guideline for adhering your strips. So whenever you're gonna be placing something, it will look nice, even. And I think it's just a little extra step, but it really adds the elegance because it's all nice balance. So I'm happy with my strips, and now I'm taking my glossy accent. Any glue will be good as long as you've got this little nozzle which will help you to distribute a little amount of the glue at the time. I like on the situation like that, when I have to use a very little amount of the glue, I like working with the glossy accent because first and foremost, it's a very good adhesive. It will dry quickly, and these nozzles, they are absolutely fantastic. I've just like them, and simple as that. But there's no reason for this glue or any other particular glue. Whatever works good for you. You can even use the hot glue and just add your glue in 2-3 places and just press your strips. But what I'm doing here, I am just following the guideline I've made with the scoring board, and I'm just adhering my strips. And once I'm adhering them, I am making sure I am giving the exposure to this beautiful embossed silver embossing area, because as you can see, some of them, they are a little bit more white on the back side. I've just did the embossing once. I didn't want to go over it again and again, because if you will put a thick coat of the embossing powder on those braided elements, it's just gonna be covering and you won't be able to see it in as detail later on. So once I'm gonna be happy with all my strips adhere, then I will take my scissors and I will chop off the rest of those hanging bits, making sure it all looks nice and even. And I really enjoy it. I must tell you, my friends, I didn't know what to expect. I thought the effect will be a little bit different, to be honest. When I start making my cards, I really thought I will have this beautiful braided look. It's not looking as perfect. I think it will be much better effect to use a little bit of the string, or maybe like a very narrow this 3 millimeter ribbon or something, but I'm still happy. This is something different, something I've have not done before, so I really enjoy it, and I had my creative time. I did something nice, so I'm super happy with it. Now I'm trying to enhance this front panel, and I want to have this distinguished border between my panel and the card base, so I am doing a little bit border with the silver embossing powder as well. And what you see me doing here, once I use my sponge to just add some embossing ink to the edges, and I've put my powder on, I still go over with my finger and I very gently wrap the area where the embossing was. And this, by doing that, you are achieving this distress look, because whether you're using your directly your ink pad or a little piece of the sponge like I did here, you are leaving a little bit harsh line, and this is something I not necessarily enjoy. I prefer when it's this really nice distress look on the embossing powder, and you can achieve that by actually rubbing the bits off from your card by using your own finger. Here I'm having two of my handmade flowers, and I'm just gonna be using some sentiments. I was thinking which sentiments could go there. At first I was planning to add some, maybe like a extra circle or something, but then I don't really want to cover too much of this braids, because I spent some time braiding them. So I thought this little sentiment which says happy anniversary will be matching here perfectly. I also use some apple blossom rose dye to cut a couple of the leaves, and I am just gonna be adhering all my elements together. Once I have my happy anniversary sentiment cut from the silver cardstock, I thought it will be easier for me to adhere it to this shadow piece, which this is the creative expression dye. If I'll find it, I'll leave you a link down below as well, because they are very inexpensive. They have lots of different sentiments like happy birthday, happy anniversary. There's tons of them, and they always come with this very narrow, very little like a style sentiment, and you also have the additional shadow die. And by using the shadow die, it will create me more sturdier base to adhere it to my card front. So I add tons of the double-sided tape strips to my front panel. I am helping myself with the scissors to get the release paper off, and I'm just adding a drop of the glue on top of that. And I'm doing that because the glue will help the bound paper together forever. Some of the double-sided tapes, they tend to dry out over the years, so it's always a good idea to add the drop of the liquid glue. Plus the liquid glue, as I've mentioned it before many times, it will give you this slippery surface for you to act for a very short period of the time. You will be able to move your card around until the glue will dry out. Now here I am adhering my sentiment to my shadow piece, as I've mentioned, because I thought it will be much easier to actually glue it to my card base when it's gonna be more sturdy, having this little backing piece as well. Plus it's white on white, so it's not gonna be visible. And here you can see how perfectly this happy anniversary sentiment just works here. And I've decided to leave it colorless, I would say. I'm not adding any extra colors. The flowers are white. I'm using the silver leaves because I thought it will be looking nice. Plus, it will be a great card for the silver wedding anniversary. So I have it ready whenever it's going to be needed, or maybe I'll just put it on a sale. I'm not sure yet, but it's definitely something nice, something we don't do every day. So I think it will be a nice, interesting idea to have this white silver looking card. And here, excuse me my head, but I'm just trying to make sure that all is placed evenly. It's a big difference. I need to tell you, my friends, whenever I'm creating a card and I'm not recording it, because obviously I'm not able to record every single card I'm making, but when I create without the camera, I usually bend over and looking whether it's everything super straight. But I've noticed that on the days when I'm videoing on the cards I'm trying to make a video, sometimes I'm glue everything and then I'm lifting the card to see how it's looking, and it's turned out it's wonky because I couldn't see properly. Here, a little close-up look how the cards turn out. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoy my idea, and something new, something different for you. Stay blessed, my friends, and I am wishing you all a wonderful day. I'll see you shortly. Bye bye.